Beaver Creek Reservoir. And no, this is not it behind me. Mr. Homer Woods owns that lake and was kind enough to offer the use of his property here for us today to have this. Our other sites were a little muddy or a little dusty or a little rocky, so we decided we better move over to a nicer place, and I don't think we could have found a nicer place. Soon to be 1,367 acres of water built to supply the needs of Oconee and Walton counties for many years to come. Almost 50 years if the projections are correct. Acquisition 99% complete for the 2,468 acres needed for the actual lake and all of its buffers. All the necessary construction contracts were signed. All the necessary permits have been issued. So, now the building of this reservoir can officially begin. Land clearing and the dam construction will take about 18 months. Once the dam is filled and the gates are closed, we're going to give Mother Nature 18 more months to fill our reservoir, if she cooperates. Upon completion, it will have been 25 years since people first recognized that our region would run short of water. Those people, back in 1992, took the first step. The forward thinking of these individuals and many others since has brought us to where we are today with the construction of this crucial resource. This project, the single largest expense item for Oconee and Walton counties, probably forever, it took bold decisions from our leadership to make it work. My thanks go out to all of those who were brave enough to make those decisions and to clear the path for this vital reservoir and to move into its final stages. I want to thank everyone again for being here to help us celebrate this exciting step in our progress to a more secure future. It's now my time to introduce, with pleasure, Representative Bruce Williamson from House District 115. Bruce will have a few words for us and then he will lead us into our invocation. Bruce?
Thank you, Jim. Briefly, in the interest of time, I'd just like to welcome everybody to this part of the Reservoir Project, Walton County. It's my pleasure to serve here as the state representative, and I want to say one brief remark. This portion of Georgia, Governor, knows how to get along and work together. Be it our Reservoir Project, where we're working with our sister county, Oconee, or the four-county part, Governor, we know how to work together. Our leaders pull together in Walton County. We're Walton proud over here. We can tell you more about that later. But if you join with me in prayer now, we're going to go to our Heavenly Father and dedicate this project to Him. Gracious Heavenly Father, Lord God, we do thank you for this glorious autumn day. Father, as we approach this fall harvest time, Father, we know how important water is to the citizens of Georgia, be it our agriculture, our households, and our industry, Father. I just thank you for that spirit of cooperation between our county leaders in Oconee and Walton that had the vision to be good stewards of your resources, Father. And I especially thank you for our governor who loves you and walks the halls of the Capitol with integrity, and for his First Lady, Father, that Proverbs 31 wife, Miss Sandra Deal, that is with him daily, Father. I just thank you for the honor of serving under such a godly man and an ethical, principled leader, Father. Now, Father, as we ask your blessings on this project, Father, I'd ask for spiritual and physical safety on everybody that's employed here, working here, Father. We just pray that you would bless the households that will be affected and this water be delivered to through the years and decades to come, Father. And Lord, we just ask all this blessing in the name of the living water of Jesus Christ. In His name we pray. Amen. It's my time to introduce Bill
It's an honor to be here this morning, and we should all be honored to have Governor Nathan Deal with us today. And I'll tell you, he's our advocate for this part of the state. Governor Deal's our 82nd governor of Georgia, and he has made no bones about it. His number one priority is to make Georgia the number one place in the United States to do business. And he's doing that through all of the combination of the legislative agenda he's pushed here. He has eliminated, reduced a lot of state taxes. He's eliminated some state agencies, reduced the size of state government tremendously. He saved the Hope Scholarship to promote education. He's supported many education innovations, cracked down on illegal immigration, and he has done a lot of things to bring business to this state, and we are especially blessed with what's happened in this region between the Baxter International facility here and the Caterpillar plant up in Oconee and Clark County. We are seeing the benefits of his labor and his work. To do that, he recognized that it's very important that we have a stable and dependable water supply in the state of Georgia. That's needed to sustain our citizens and also to bring business, because it takes water to do business here. This is a fantastic example of regional cooperation, a lot of vision to take care of our water needs for many years in the future. And the governor's water supply project, which provided up to a total of $40 million in loans to this project, has helped make it possible for us to do this. So without any further ado, I introduce our 82nd Governor, Nathan Deal.
Thank you and good morning. I thought you'd already built it when I drove up. I said, you didn't really need that money after all, did you? This is a great day for your two counties, but it's also a great day for the state of Georgia. I want to thank all of those who had a part in it, and I certainly second the commendations of those who had the foresight many, many years ago to begin work on this project. Unfortunately, projects of this type take a very long time to get through all of the hurdles that you have to go through in order to get to the point that we are here today of having a groundbreaking for the beginning of construction. So I thank you all for what you've done to make this possible. When I first became governor in 2011, I recognized that we could not achieve the kind of growth of jobs in our state unless we had a key ingredient, that being availability of water. We are a state that is very blessed with water that falls from the sky and flows through our rivers and our streams, but we still have not had the capacity to capture and store that water for use when we need it. This is a project that will do exactly that. And I am proud that we are a part of it through my water supply program. My pledge was that with the help of the General Assembly, and I want to say at this point, thanks to all of those who are here today, you have a great delegation who are a part of this and who have representation in the counties that are affected. They do a great job. They have been very supportive of my water supply program. My pledge was that if they would help me, we would dedicate some $300 million over my first term in office to water supply projects. This is the first project out of those allocations that actually has begun and will begin construction. So congratulations, you are proud. Bill has already alluded to the fact that we have great new jobs coming to this part of Georgia. With the Caterpillar plant and then followed by Baxter, you're going to see the results of having that kind of high-quality job available. You're going to see people coming to these two counties, living in your counties, contributing taxes to your counties, providing young people who will need to be educated in your counties, and generally improving the quality of life for all of us. So without a dependable water supply, however, none of that probably would be able to happen. We not only depend on our water, of course, for drinking purposes, but for industry, and we, of course, depend on it for a variety of reasons, such as in the agricultural communities for irrigation purposes. So this is an opportunity, and you have seized that opportunity to become the first example of what can be done with cooperation. And it was alluded to in the comments earlier. I want to commend you on that. The fact that you could agree to come together on a regional basis and recognize the importance of a project such as this. Quite frankly, folks, I think that is the future of our state. Too many things that we are required and expected to do not stop or start at county boundaries. And unless we learn to cooperate, unless we learn to put aside our own parochial jealousies that sometimes get in our way, save those for the football field on Friday night, okay? Let's do what you've done, and I hope the rest of the state is taking due notice, and I feel sure they will. When you come together on a regional basis, work together for a project such as this one that has mutual benefits and actually benefits that exceed even your two county boundaries. That's the wave of the future. It is the kind of pattern that I think sets the great example for our state. Now, I told you, and Bill repeated it just a minute ago, my goal is to make Georgia the #1 state in the nation in which to do business. Folks, it is projects like this that help us achieve that goal. Now, we are already recognized by Area Magazine, which is one of those magazines that looks and scouts the entire country and says, what state is the best place to go? We're already at #2. And when you're #2, you work harder. And we're going to be #1. Thank you for having me today.
Governor Deal, we thank you on behalf of Walton County being here today. I tell you, it's a great day. I took office in 2000, and this thing, the Hard Labor Creek Reservoir, was still very controversial way back then because we hadn't had the droughts that we've had over the previous few years. People didn't really see the need for water. But I want to be here to thank a bunch of forefathers that come before us today. Way back in 1992, when Walton County was just a little over 36,000 in population, and as today we're close to 86,000. Without water, you can't survive. And that was one of the things that I said through 2 different campaigns. Is I said you got to have water and air to survive, and I can help provide you with one, but I can't provide you with the others. So that's something that we've worked on. To be able to bring Hard Labor Creek to reality, and thank you, Governor, with your program to be able to bring it as quick as we're going to be able to bring it here, because everybody knows the last 5 years have been struggles and slowdown in growth, but the growth's going to come back, as we've talked about. The Joint Development Authority of Walton County, many of those are here today. Walton, Newton, Jasper, and Morgan County that we put together to bring Baxter here. This is going to be a great regional project, and we've all, as Bill or Bruce one spoke on earlier, that we all work together here in these communities. Now I want to thank a few folks. 1992, there was a whole lot of different folks in office then, so I'm going to start with 92 and go forward. And anybody that was on the Board of Commissioners in the 90s up until now, other than the current sitting board, if you're here, please stand. Okay. All right. Anybody that was on the Water Authority for this whole time period, not currently now, please stand. Let's give them a round of applause. Because anybody and the vision that they had and the teamwork that they started is the reason we're all able to be here today for this great presentation. I also would like to recognize our state and state representatives and state senators who are here from either county or anywhere in the region. If you would, please stand. Hard Labor Creek will be here in a long time after all of us are gone to supply sustainable water and a great marketing economic tool for Walton County and Oconee County and the region. And many years, Walton County was one of few counties that didn't have its own water source, and that concerned me because of the fact that if you don't have your own water source, then you're at the mercy of someone else for your development, your growth, or even for your drinking water. So we stand here today very proud to be able to say that we now will have our own water and we'll be able to work with that. Also, I want to recognize the current Hard Labor Creek, the Walton County Water Authority, who I want to, if y'all would please stand, the current Walton County Water Authority. And now, current Board of Commissioners for Walton County, if y'all would please stand. It is stressful a lot of times when you're making $200 and $300 million decisions. The public generally are concerned about that, but the vision that it takes to make those decisions will pay off many years to come. Also, speaking of vision, I do want to recognize the class of 2014 Leadership Walton class here. If y'all would stand up, they're all here and present today. They're going to learn about water, they're going to learn about economic development, they're going to learn about a lot of things over the next 9 months, and it's exciting to have them here today in the presence of the governor. And we're very excited to have this, and we do look forward to the groundbreaking here in just a moment, and we appreciate you all coming out.
You know, on behalf of Oconee County and the Board of Commissioners of Oconee County, and of course, 4 of us are here today, Commissioner Luke, Commissioner Daniel, Commissioner Saxon, would y'all please stand. We appreciate the leadership and guidance that you have given. What a great day it is for Oconee County and Walton County. Governor, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for the planning in order to get us today where we are at this point in time for the Hard Labor Creek Reservoir. I want to take the opportunity to recognize and to thank some other individuals that had a part of this also. Hank Huckabee was a member of the original Hard Labor Creek Reservoir Management Board that worked and started the project. Of course, the work with Kevin Clark and Kevin Kelly and Phil Foyle with GFUN and DCA. The cooperative effort that took place in working with these 2 counties and getting us to where we are today is huge. Our thanks to the General Assembly members for their support of the Governor's Water Initiative, and to GFA, as I said earlier, for their cooperation with the loan program that allowed Oconee and Walton County to take advantage of this support. You know, the good book says, without vision, people will perish. Vision is important. The governor and others have exhibited that in their plans for the future. Water is a precious resource. We got to use it wisely. Our citizens do a real good job with water conservation practices. As Kevin mentioned earlier, the project began in '92 with the potential sites being looked at. Hard Labor Creek was studied as a potential option in '95. Permitting activities began in '97. Our 404 permit was approved in 2007. Walton and Oconee executed our intergovernmental agreement in '07. Land acquisition began in '08. 2012, Oconee and Walton took advantage of the governor's water supply program to borrow the funds to help start this particular project that we're talking about today. My thanks to the Hard Labor Creek Management Board and the dedicated effort that they have given to acquire the land for the reservoir and bring us to the point today where to break ground for the dam and the pool area. You know, Oconee County is a proud partner of 2 reservoirs, Bear Creek, which serves the 4-county area, and the Hard Labor Creek Reservoir. Oconee supplies our county with water to serve our industrial, commercial, and residential needs. Oconee and Walton will continue to grow with Caterpillar and Baxter, as already been indicated, and other companies that will locate in our service area. This reservoir will supply those needs till around 2050, 2060. Again, Governor, we would not be here today without your leadership. In a few short years, this reservoir will be providing water to thousands of residents, to thousands of citizens, businesses, and other companies that are located in this particular area. Thank goodness for this type of cooperation from a state and local level. Thank you again.
On behalf of Precision Planning, it has been our esteemed privilege to serve as program managers on the Hard Labor Creek Reservoir Project. I'd like to take an opportunity to recognize a group of people who have put in countless hours of personal time invested to make this project a success, and that is the Hard Labor Creek Reservoir Management Board. You've heard them mentioned today. That board consists of 4 appointments from Walton County, 3 from Oconee. If you would, please stand as I introduce you. Chairman Jim Luke, Vice Chair Kevin Little, Commissioner Lamar Palmer, Commissioner Timmy Shelnut, Commissioner Mark Saxon, and County Administrator Jeff Binko. If you would give those gentlemen a hand. Also, if we have any of our past or alternate members of the Reservoir Board in attendance, would you please stand? I would now like to recognize our project team, which is included on the back of your program. Time is too short to mention every one of them, but I can assure you that Walton Oconee have assembled an exceptional team of qualified consultants and contractors for this project. And on behalf of the Reservoir Management Board, we look forward to working with each of you in the successful completion of this project. I'd like to ask at this time that all of our project team members please stand. Any representatives present? We will now proceed to the official groundbreaking ceremony located just to the rear of the tent. I would like to remind each of you that we'll be hosting site tours immediately following the photos. If you have a chance, hang around. We'd love to show you the intake structure, the bridge work, and the early work on the dam. We'll be taking 5 different group photos to include each governing body and appointed board members. The first group will include our guest of honor, Governor Deal, Chairman Kevin Little, Chairman Melvin Davis, Chairman Jim Luke, Chairman Rob Kaiser. On behalf of the Hard Labor Creek Reservoir Management Board, we thank you for being a part of this historic occasion.
Two expansions. So these are ceremonial, and we're really proud to be able to use them again for this groundbreaking ceremony.
They got a lot of life left in them.
Okay, so what I'd like to do, I'm going to count down to 3 and ask each person to scoop a shovel of dirt and just turn it over to the left. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Everybody take a few pictures for a few moments. Okay, at this time, this concludes the groundbreaking ceremony. We'd like to invite those of you to lunch in our Building 2 facility. And thank you again for coming. And hopefully we'll do this again in the near future.
I want to welcome everybody here today, which is October the 7th, 2013, which October being, as you can see there, Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And we're here representing Walton County as a domestic violence task force. Our inception, we kind of got cranked back up a couple years ago, and we've been going full strength here since that time. And every month, well, every year during this month, we create this kind of visual effect for our citizens of this community to see what they may be facing. And with this here, you see the ribbons that are out here. On each one of these stakes represents 5 victims of reported domestic violence. And that's the key to that, it's reported. So there are over 378 individual cases of reported domestic violence in Walton County, Georgia. That's the entire county, not any other county, not the state. This is just our county itself. So you can see it's an epidemic that we've been trying to curtail and trying to break that cycle for a lot of these individuals who are involved in this. We have a lot of members. We have over 60 members of this task force that participate. We're always looking for more people. We have a Facebook page that we can give to you later. I don't have it off the top of my head. And we have a website that we're working on. It's under construction. We meet once a month, generally the first Monday of the month at 12 o'clock on Highway 11 at the partnership. So anyone who wants to participate with us can do anything for us. We're asking for all the help that we can get. But we did this last year and we had a lot of comments, and it really made a difference, I think, for people to realize the numbers that we have in this community. And again, these are the reported cases. These are not the ones that go unreported. And if you're involved in a domestic situation, you have a way out. Project Renewal is in partnership with our task force, and they are the backbone of what we do. Law enforcement works extremely close with us. The cities and the county itself, the municipalities and those involved work with us very well. And without that cooperation between them, we would not be here today showing you what we're doing. Granted, we have a long way to go, but with the help that we're getting from people, the more participation that we can get, we're going to be able to strive to the goal that we're looking for. There's a lot of people, and I'm not going to leave anybody out, hopefully, but we have a lot of people here. Chief Sosby with the South Circle Police Department is here. Lieutenant Wisdom from the Sheriff's Department is here. Sergeant Pilgrim with the City of Monroe Police Department is here. Julie Silva with the Sheriff's Department. We have other people here. Representative Bruce Williamson with the House of Representatives take time out of his busy schedule to be here with us today. We have Councilman Nathan Purvis of the City of Monroe. So we're kind of in his backyard doing this. So I'm going to give him time to say something to everybody. And again, I appreciate all the help. Anything that you can do for us, contact Project Renewal. If you need assistance, they will do everything and anything that they can. We're about the best in the state as far as I'm concerned with being able to assist those victims in domestic violence. Officer, Councilman Purvis, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Burke. Nathan Purvis with the City Council. On behalf of the city, we'd just like to express our sincere appreciation for the more than 60 volunteers that have put their time and effort into making Walton County a safer place for women and children. And we just thank you very much for all that you do.
And Representative Williamson, who is our representative of our district here, is going to say a few words also. Bruce, thank you.
Thank you, Chief Burke. On behalf of the Walton County delegation, which is Bill Calsert, Senator Bill Calsert, and Tom Kirby, I just want to publicly thank Judge Burke for the way he works with our Walton County delegation and keeps us aware of what's going on in family violence situations. It breaks my heart to see every one of these purple ribbons out here, which does represent each ribbon represents 5 cases of family violence in Walton County, and you can't help but look at them. They almost look like pom-poms, and these could represent children that aren't reaching their full potential to be cheerleaders or athletes here for our sports teams. So I really applaud all of your efforts on helping make a difference in the families of the children and parents of Walton County citizens. So thank you for the good work you do. I really appreciate Judge Burke's efforts to keep us informed where we can work hard at the state level to make a difference for the citizens of Walton County. Thank you, Judge Burke.
Anybody else? Chief Sosby? All right. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Not only today, but the participation we've had in the past and what I look to in the future to be able to help everything that we can do for these victims. But again, I appreciate everything from everybody. Thank you.
I had no idea.
Thank you for watching today. I'm Dina Huff, Executive Director for the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth. And I'm so excited this morning because I am at Back to Basics Pre-K Daycare Center in Monroe. And I am so excited to say that they are a daycare that signed up to participate in Georgia Pre-K Week. And we're celebrating this all week long. And I've been out here a couple of times, and I intend to come back later on today. but I wanted to introduce you to two very special people here at the center. Because they're the ones that make it all happen, and then we're going to let you see some of the kids. So first I'd like to introduce Rochelle Wright. She is the owner here at Back to Basics, and Miss Cindy Lancaster, she is the pre-K coordinator. So we'll start. Rochelle, can you tell us who all has been out here this week? What have they done this week?
Well, we've had Bruce Williamson, we've had Kevin Little, we've had the March of Dimes, we've had the Service League here. Terry will be here this week with the chamber. We just celebrated having them come in, tell the children what their role in our community was and how they helped our community. And the children have gotten to know them, perform for them, sing for them. Everyone has came in and read the children's stories and just spent time with them. And for them to see what we do here and for our children to see what they do for our community.
Okay, good. And I know today you're going to have Miss Molly, as you all know out there, Miss Molly Kindler. She's going to come do a cooking demonstration with the kids. And then Miss Melinda Quinn is going to come do the bear hunt with the kids. So I know that'll kind of just finalize your exciting week that the kids have had so far. How many kids or how many classes do you have for pre-K here?
We have 2 classes. We have 44 students. This is our 4th year in Georgia Pre-K. Back to the Basics has been here 9 years. We've just been excited to be a part of Georgia Pre-K, and it's been great for our children. As you can see, they're enjoying themselves, and we're proud of what we do here.
Good, and I must say that Cindy, you as the director of these classes, you've done a great job, because I sat in Monday with the kids while Kevin and Bruce were reading to the kids. They were so excited, and your teachers are great too. So
we have phenomenal, outstanding teachers.
Yes, you do. So let's hear from some of our teachers and let them tell us what a typical day here is in pre-K and what they do. We're going to hear a little bit from Miss McKenzie. She's one of the teachers here, and the kids that she enjoys being around every day. So McKenzie, tell us what you do here during the day.
Well, this is pre-K, so there's no very typical day. They're all different. But Samantha, come back! You have to tell them what we do.
She's camera shy.
Come on, Samantha. I need you to tell them what we do in pre-K. They need to know.
Samantha, what do you do all day long? Do you play all day? What do you do?
What do you do?
No.
Do you have small groups?
Small groups?
Yeah, and we play sinners.
And what else?
And candles.
Do you go outside? Do you? Hey, I know one thing you do. You sing. You sing.
We do sing.
What do you do during the day?
Say hola. Hola.
What do you do during the day here at school?
Mommy, what do you do, Come?
What do you do?
What do you do?
Come
You eat? She Come. She eats. What else do you do, Nanada?
That's important.
Do you play? Do you dance? Oh, look. Dance for him, Donata. Salsa, Mommy. Salsa. Salsa. Shakira. Salsa. Drake, what do we do during the day? Do you play with blocks? Peyton, what do we do during the day? Come over here. Come here.
You play outside. What do you do during the day? Turn around and look at the camera. What do you do during the day?
I play in the centers.
She plays
in the centers. Those are some exciting
Samantha,
places.
tell them what we made in small groups this week. What did we make?
Guacamole.
We made guacamole.
Ooh,
Didn't
who
we?
liked the guacamole?
Did you like it?
Did everybody like the guacamole?
We're learning about our 5 senses, and this week was taste. So we ate guacamole. We made guacamole. I cut the avocados and everything.
I'd be quiet.
Oh, you have to be quiet sometimes.
Sometimes, but not always.
Okay. You don't like it.
She didn't like
one
the guacamole.
classmate that does not like guacamole.
I did.
Okay, well, thank you all. You've been so great on camera this
Say thank
morning.
you.
Thank you.
Say good morning. Buenos dias.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for letting us come. And as you see, the kids learn a lot all day long, and they have a great time. So, as always, thank you for watching.
Hey, I'm Dr. April Mitchell from the Monroe Vet Clinic, and we're here today showing our boarding facility. and our runs and some of our dogs that we have here today, and to let you guys know that we do offer boarding and doggy daycare and day boarding for our clients and the community. And we have dogs that come and just spend the day with us, and then we have dogs that come and spend weeks with us while their owners are on vacation. So we just wanted to show you guys our facility. We have big runs available here. We have some smaller runs also. And we do medicate your dogs while they're here if they require medication, supply the beds, foods, whatever they need. And some dogs, we will bathe them while they're here if their owner requests, or if it's needed, do flea treatments, update their vaccines, whatever is needed while they're boarding. So we do offer long-term and short-term boarding, or even, like I said, just a few hours a day for doggy daycare or day boarding for people that work. We also would like to talk about medical boarding. We have a lot of clients who have elderly dogs that need medical care or medications to be given, diabetic dogs. We board a lot of dogs that have chronic illnesses. And Kobe's here today. He's just here for his vaccines, and we've been taking care of him since he was a little bitty puppy, and now he's grown up into this beautiful dog, and he's a great boy. And we do take him out 3 times a day for walks and playtime and everything like that. We also monitor their skin while they're here, and their urination, defecation for any vomiting or diarrhea, things like that. And we have some special requirements. They do have to be updated on all their vaccines before they can come in and have a clean bill of health before they're allowed to be back here in our boarding facility, which is very important to help prevent the spread of diseases. And if you'd like to come take a tour, we'd be glad to show you. We're going to walk around outside in just a minute and show you the outside. This is Jaeger, who's doing his little business. But Jaeger's been coming here for several years, and he is one of our beloved pets that comes to board and do everything. And this is our outdoor area where we're allowed to let the dogs loose so they can run and play and get some exercise while they're boarding. But we've got a big fenced-in enclosure with a really tall fence with concrete all around it, so they can't dig out or climb over the fence. So we just want to show you guys our fenced-in yard. We've got a big yard here and a big yard over here that allow us to allow our pets to have a lot of exercise and when the weather's good, outdoor time while they're visiting with us. So please come see our facility. We'd be glad to take you on a tour and let you see if you like it and see if your animals like it, and come give us a stay. Thanks. This is Precious, and she's a much-loved 16-year-old elderly patient of ours, and she comes to work every day here with us, and we have her a special little playpen because she has a lot of health issues, and she cannot be left alone at home while her mom's at work. So we take care of Precious during the day, and she's much loved by us, and she likes coming here and hanging out with us. So we do offer special care like that for dogs that do have chronic, debilitating medical conditions.
Hi there, I'm Emily Russell, Director of Marketing at Clearview Regional Medical Center. Thank you for joining us today. As many of you guys know, this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That can mean many things for lots of different people. The sports teams that are wearing pink socks and pink armbands, all the way to the newspaper that prints an edition in pink. Pink is everywhere, and it's very important to us at Clearview Regional Medical Center as well. And today we are so excited to have with us Dr. David Norman, who is a general surgeon with Clearview Regional Medical Center. Dr. Norman, welcome.
Thank you for having me today.
Most certainly. I see you're sporting your pink as well.
I've got my pink on for the Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Very good, very good. So breast cancer awareness. What can a woman do to make sure that she is aware and prevents breast cancer?
Well, I'll tell you what, probably the main thing is to just have a good discussion with your doctor. That's probably the main number one thing you can do, because there are several different risk factors, and the best way is to just have a good discussion with the doctor, and that helps you determine what your own risk factors are, and then you go from there.
Okay.
Determining on what you need to do for your screening and such.
Now, at what age, we hear a lot of talk about mammograms. You need to have an annual mammogram and do regular self-breast exams. But at what age do women need to go and have a screening mammogram done?
There are many different experts and a lot of different research out right now, and so they don't always agree with each other. So somewhere between 40 and 50.
Okay.
Some say 40 years old should have an annual mammogram, some say 50, but that comes down to a specific, it actually comes down to a personal decision between the woman and her doctor as to where she fits in that risk category and where it's best for her.
Very good.
So anywhere between 40 and 50.
I would think it would probably have some to do with heredity, as far as if breast cancer runs in your family, maybe you'd want to get screened earlier. It
does. Actually, some of the experts now are saying that somewhere around age 20, young women should have a clinical breast exam every 3 years, and then starting at age 40, clinical breast exam every year, and then the screening depending on what the risks are. But in terms of heredity, that is definitely a risk factor. Family history is one of the more significant risk factors, and we're talking about first-degree relatives in general, which is mom, sister, daughter.
Okay.
So if someone has one of those folks who've had breast cancer, that can increase her risk either between 2 and 3 times the average.
Wow.
So it can go up at least twice, and so it even goes higher if that first-degree family relative has had her breast cancer in her premenopausal years.
Okay.
So you're right, heredity and family history definitely makes a difference.
Very good. Well, I know this month Clearview is doing a special, a $99 mammogram, screening mammogram, which is fantastic. So if you have not had yours this month, or this year rather, go and get one at Clearview. But let's say what happens during that screening mammogram process if they find something that is a little bit disconcerting or a little bit concerning to the doctor, to the radiologist when they read that. What should women think? What should they do?
Well, the first thing is they'll probably get a notification, maybe by mail, or your physician will call you, or someone calls you and says, there's an abnormality on your mammogram. The first thing to do is probably just take a deep breath, just breathe. In terms of diagnosing breast cancer, the mammogram is a portion of it, but it is not the entire. It's not the entire picture. Part of that diagnosis has to come in with the examination.
Okay.
So if she gets that notification, take a deep breath, and then she'll probably going to get a referral to someone like me.
Okay.
Depending on what the mammogram shows. They come to see me, and then we go over everything together. So we'll do another clinical breast exam. We talk about all the risk factors. We go over the mammogram results, and then sometimes there can be further tests that are warranted. Maybe a sonogram. People have heard of sonograms and ultrasounds, that can be warranted, or possibly a biopsy.
Okay. So just because someone gets an abnormality in their mammogram does not automatically equate breast cancer.
Absolutely not. No.
So women should not panic if they do get that screening right off.
That is correct. Now, mammograms are very good to find the way that you can diagnose breast cancer the earliest. The earliest way. Most of the breast cancer that is diagnosed is found with a lump. Women find a lump, which is why self-breast exam is so important to do.
Very good.
Self-breast exam, very important. So most of it's found with a lump. 80% of all breast cancer is found first with a lump. However, that doesn't mean all lumps are breast cancer, because only about 20% of all the lumps that people have turn out to be breast cancer.
Okay, very good. So it's even more important for women to be talking to their doctor, their primary care doctor, and if warranted, a general surgeon or a specialist in that field, to kind of get the whole picture.
I agree, yes.
Very good, very good. So breast cancer is preventable if found early?
If found early, it is curable.
Curable.
We should say it's curable. And the thing about breast cancer is, we talked a little bit about risk factors, and there's many of those, but there's most of the breast cancers, most women who are diagnosed with breast cancer do not have risk factors. This is why, another reason why it's so important, even if you don't have the first degree relative or any of those other risk factors, we didn't talk too much about all the others, but even if you don't have known risk factors, probably, well, most of the breast cancer, probably 70% or so is women do not have an identifiable risk factor. Wow. So it's real important to get those mammograms as needed, do your self-breast exam as needed, and talk with a physician.
Most definitely. I think that's great advice. That's great advice. That kind of gives meaning to the whole pink movement during the month of October, that it's not just to wear a certain color or to say a certain thing, but it is about awareness, and it's about women's health and keeping women as healthy as they possibly can be.
That's right.
And the great thing is that right here in Monroe, we have healthcare professionals that can take great care of you and handle that. Dr. Norman is located right here in Monroe. And Dr. Norman, how long have you been in Monroe? Or in the Walton County area?
About 10 years now.
Okay,
yes.
Very good. And you specialize in all types of surgery?
All types of surgery. I'm a general surgeon, and my fellowship training is minimally invasive surgery, but all types of surgery. So we definitely take care of breast problems, treat women with breast cancer, or other breast health issues, and other things like alimentary canal, intra-abdominal operations, hernias, just to...
So you can kind of do it all.
Do lots of things.
Well, we are so blessed to have Dr. Norman as part of our medical staff at Clearview and as part of our medical community in Walton County. So, any last parting advice for women during October and Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
Well, just stay aware, and if you get your mammograms, self-breast exams, clinical breast exams, mammograms, and just be very aware and deep breath. If there's anything that comes up, any red flags, deep breath, and then go talk to the doctor.
Very good, very good. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Norman. And if any of you out there have not already scheduled your annual mammograms, please be sure and do that. You can call the hospital and set that up. We can take you in, no problem. Again, we're having $99 cash mammograms. If your insurance does not cover it, we'll do it for $99, which is a great deal.
That's a great deal.
And in the event that some abnormalities do come up, they can always come to you or someone like you.
Come see me or someone like me, and
yeah,
we'll take care of it.
And just kind of go through it together. So we're here to help at Clearview and to also celebrate Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So thank you for all that you do, Dr. Norman, and thank y'all for tuning in with us at Clearview Regional Medical Center. As always, you can visit our website at clearviewregionalmedicalcenter.com to see about other events that we have going on and other initiatives in the community.
It's now October, and the summer is about over and the days are getting cooler. And since the fall is in the air, I just want to remind people that here at the Walton County Recycling Center, we do not take any kind of yard waste, grass clippings, leaves, or things like that. There are several inert landfills in the county that are privately owned, and they do take these items. So if anybody does have a question about this, we do have a list of those landfills here at our office if you're not familiar with them, and if you'll give us a call if you need a place to carry those kind of things, we'll be glad to give you the information, sharing with you perhaps the one that is closest to where you live. The other thing I wanted to mention today is that we are gearing up for our America Recycles Day. And America Recycles Day is held in November. Here at in our Walton County area, we're going to hold our event on Saturday, November the 16th, here at our recycling center. Generally, our recycling center is open for waste disposal throughout the week and on Saturdays, but on this particular Saturday, we want to give everybody plenty of notice that on that Saturday, November the 16th, we will be open for recycling only. And we are working on a special activity, which is paint recycling, and this will be the first time we've ever tried to do this, and we're just beginning to work out the details. We are certain we're going to have it, and we will allow people to come through the center to dispose of their green bags with their household garbage, because that is done through the drive-through area, and people can also bring their recycling, but the scales will be closed that day, so there'll be no large loads brought in on that particular particular Saturday. So if you do think you're interested in the paint recycling, give us just a little bit of time and we'll be giving you more information on it. And then, of course, you can certainly call us. We'll have further details as we progress with our planning. But we are really excited about doing it this year here at the Recycling Center, and we hope it'll bring citizens to our Recycling Center that maybe have never visited us before, and then perhaps they will catch the recycling bug, if you will, and start recycling more things throughout the year. Thanks for watching this week, and have a great week.
Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of The Health Story. My name is Dee Dee Harris. I'm the Executive Director of Walton Wellness, a nonprofit located here in Walton County dedicated to the prevention of lifestyle-related chronic illness. Each week that I come to you, I like to bring you some information that might be helpful health-wise in your life, or to talk about a new resource or an upcoming event that's going on. Today, I just want to talk to you a little bit about something that you're hearing lots about right now, which is the flu shot. Each year, I do try to have something discussing the flu shot, because the flu shot has actually become pretty big business. As you can tell, any drugstore that you go into these days, there's tons of advertisements encouraging you to take the flu shot. You hear about it on the radio, you hear about it on TV. Pretty much everywhere you turn around this time of year, you're going to see something about the flu shot. And it's always a question. I hear a lot of people, debating, should I take the flu shot, should I not? Well, I took it one time and it made me sick. And but then again, there's this other. So a lot of times people are a little bit confused about the flu shot and exactly how it works. The flu shot, what they try to do every year, there's thousands of strands of influenza, and they try to determine which types of strands will be most predominant during that season. Now, it's pretty much a guessing game because they don't have a crystal ball and there's no way of completely knowing what strand of the flu we will see the most of. But the folks at the CDC are pretty good at their jobs, and they do the best that they can in trying to predict what strand of the flu we might see during the flu season this year. There have been a couple of years that they kind of missed it, and it seemed like we had a lot more of the flu even from people who got vaccinated. But I do want to disperse the myth about that if you get the vaccine that you don't get the flu. Unfortunately, there's no 100% way to keep from getting the flu. Even if you do take the vaccine, you can still get the flu. But typically what will happen is, because your body has already built up antibodies against the virus, then typically your flu will be a lot milder than someone who did not get the vaccine. And especially in children, this can be true, that it's really good for children to get the vaccine because the flu can be very detrimental to their health. And even in younger children, there have been deaths caused by the flu, although that is rare. It is important, though, that because of school and everything, children are not as good at washing their hands and keeping clean as adults are. So they often spread their germs a little bit more than we do sometimes. So when they get the flu shot or the flu mist, either one, it actually can help their symptoms be a lot milder and the flu to actually last a shorter period of time if they do get the flu and they have been vaccinated. A lot of people feel like I had got sick after I had the flu. The flu vaccine cannot actually give you the flu. However, it is possible that you can have some sick symptoms after having the flu, after having the vaccine. Sometimes people can experience some cold type symptoms that they have after getting the vaccine. However, the virus that is within the vaccine is a dead virus, so they don't give you a live virus, and it will not give you the actual flu. So it is still something, of course, people have to decide what is for their best interest and their family's best interest, whether they get the flu vaccine or not. However, the flu vaccine, it's actually the positives typically outweigh the negatives when you're talking about the vaccine. It's important that you educate yourself about the flu and about the different types of vaccines that are available. There is the mist as well as the shot, and it's important for you to find out what is best for your family. I recommend that you go on the CDC website. They have all of the information there about the flu for this flu season, and it'll talk about the vaccine as well. So I encourage you to go on there and educate yourself and make up the best educated decision as to whether you and your family are going to get the vaccine this year. As always, if you want more information about Walton Wellness and learn about all of the different projects that we have here in the county, please visit us at waltonwellness.org. Our website has all kinds of great tools that can help you in your health journey. And if you want to talk with me, you can always get me the old-fashioned way, which is by phone, 770-313-8107. Thanks for watching.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in today. We've got a lot of dogs here at Walton County Animal Shelter. You know, some people think that the dog pound is nothing but a bunch of mutts and maybe sick dogs and ugly dogs, but you know, we get a whole lot of different kind of dogs here, from large breed Pyrenees, purebred Siberian Huskies, small dogs like a poodle and a Shih Tzu that we're going to show you today. Lots of different sizes, lots of different breeds, but even a little mutt like this one is a great dog. So you can look online at waltonpets.net. We post all of our animals there, so you don't even have to come down to the shelter. You can even apply online, send it in, and just make one trip down to the shelter to adopt a new pet. As always, our adoption fee is just $40. That includes vaccination, deworming, a rabies shot. It also includes a discounted spay-neuter. We'll even do a microchip for you for free if you want, and some of the dogs that are old enough are even heartworm tested. All that for just $40. So really no need to go shopping elsewhere. Look to your local Walton County Animal Control shelter. And now we'll show you some of the other dogs that are here for adoption.
We got a little female kitten. She's about 2 months old. Female, not spayed. Her name's Bailey. If you're interested, please give us a call. Come get her. We still are getting little kittens in.
This is Oreo. He's an 8-year-old Shih Tzu. He's a really good boy and he could really use a good home. This is Uno. He's about 10 months old. He's already neutered. He's a really sweet boy and he could really use a good home.
This is Cinnamon. He's a poodle mix. He's a male, about 7 years old. He's already neutered. He is housebroke and just needs a good home.
This is Richie. He's about a 3-year-old male black lab, very sweet dog. He's got a good disposition. He loves people. He loves playing with other dogs. He tested heartworm negative and he's already had his shots in deworming, so he's ready for a new home.
Hello, I'm Amy Honeywell and this is Lauren Welty.
Hi.
And we are with the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth, and we're here to tell you about a really exciting event that we're going to have. The Haunted House of Addictions is going to take place very soon at the end of October, and we just wanted to tell you a little bit about it.
We're really excited about this year, and our dates are October 18th and 19th, a Friday and Saturday, and then the next week, the 25th, 26th, and 27th. It's going to be from 7 to 10 each night, except on the Sunday, the 27th, when we close at 9. It's at the old City Hall downtown next to the Wells Fargo.
And we're really excited. Chick-fil-A is going to be selling some of their food afterwards, and we're going to have a lot of different volunteers from all over the county. The Haunted House of Addictions is a haunted house that teaches students about the dangers of drugs and alcohol, the very real and very scary consequences that goes along with drugs and alcohol. And we're excited to have teenagers actually running the haunted house. Wolfie, what do you think about the haunted house? Wolfie is really excited, and we're really excited for a very fun educational event taking place in downtown Monroe.
What we do to the planet, we do to ourselves. You can help keep America beautiful. Visit KAB.org.